Shocked she managed to limp back here at all. Pull it for leeches, get it fixed up, and let her know we'll have it ready as soon as we can.
Ah, you are new probationary then? Crew Chief Herat. Pleasure to be working with you.
It's my job to make sure all you rocket jockeys are ready for anything that comes at you up there. Now,
In addition to the standard issue welcome,
med packs, my people will have it. Nice easy one for you. Any questions before you... Then I won't keep.
make us look good out.
So, where to next?
Yes. Do you require my assistance?
An abandoned meat-packing facility built on the fringes of the settled systems. Something's been through here recently, but left everything in place. At least we know it wasn't the Crimson Fleet.
Regardless, I think it knows you're here. I'll unlock the door. Second floor, main building.
Don't leave any
Be
of that
quiet.
behind. But I have a feeling she has vested interests in your
So what do we got here? Too clean to be one of the settlers. Or a pirate. You see on patrol, maybe? It'd make my day if you said you were a shock trooper out for a stroll. Vanguard, huh? Yeah, I expect they didn't. I'm Hadrian. I came here on a rumor of a... what's... left? One of the nastiest aliens.
I can't believe it.
Hush. The admin terminal. But if you can... Good. Take care of yourself out there. And make sure you leave enough of that thing. If that was...
There must be some... thing they don't want us to find.
Connection restored. I'll make this quick. Plant's turrets took a beating, but I should be able to get you a couple of kill lanes. Just get the thing to chase you down the alleys between the buildings, and you'll lead it right into a crossfire. Oh, hello. I wish I'd found this earlier. You notice those sensors around the facility? Part of a livestock tracking system. Should let you keep tabs on how close the terramorph is. But it's not connected to this network. There should be a terminal in the adjoining room. Tune it to 183.5. Tracker's reading green. And... what's that sound?
The security lockdown is active.
Shit. Stop. Stop whatever you're doing and get in cover. It's on the move. Look, I wouldn't engage. The kill lanes. They're set up but need power. There's breakers on each of the buildings you can throw to get them live. Once they're online, lead the terramorph towards the lights and watch the fireworks. Give it hell, Vanguard.
It's a miracle we were able to bring that thing down. At least we avenged the deaths at the colony. Seeing a meat packing facility from the inside is starting to make me feel like I should switch to becoming a vegetarian. That last click is so satisfying, isn't it?
Tracker's gone quiet. I suspect... Wait. Oh, yeah. You didn't happen to grab... All right.
Diagnostics? Nothing. Maybe a flag scan? Spectrograph. Damn. This equipment, it's not set up to do a proper... Humanity's spread, but terramorphs, to our knowledge. So when humans... Talseti, though. But then the other op... That seems... Which means... Terramorph out... There is. Time was. But we also need... Luckily... What would you say to deliver? I'd do it myself. Plus, clear it with your commander. You can even show them that... Oh, you don't... I need doctor... I'm not sure. There's a place. And... Now please, go check... be back on board.
Sergeant Yumi's looking for reliable people to help the guard. Contact him if you're interested. We'd all appreciate it.
It's wonderful to see you again. I heard that you're so fast, you can run around a planet and sign the back... Until next time, there will be a next time, won't there?
Look who's back. All set with that probationary mission? We can do your debrief and formally...
A terror? What? You killed a terror. Above and beyond doesn't really be... Earned yourself some serious... But, if none of the settlers made it... A researcher. Sanan. Let me check the database. Huh. Here we go. Co-head of a UC... Guess that's why I'd heard the name before. Certainly seems that way. Did your survivor, Hadrian? This has been one of... I did actually have another mission lined up for you, but now I guess you have two options on how to proceed. Head to the UC Vigilance and help out SysDef, or deliver that sample. I'll make sure you've got the proper clearances. Consider these your first and here. So every Vanguard's also now, if there wasn't anything.
Hey, I need to talk with you. I'm glad I finally... I'm from the track... Good. The Trackers Alliance is... There you'll meet with 8... Wonderful. I'll be heading out soon.
You should inspect your... Need some work done? I'm sure you can find something...
accounted for. We're ready to depart.
Be advised, you are entering United Colonies space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. You're cleared to land.
Hi. Please disregard my attempted info.
Heat leeches in the engine, leeches on the hull, multiple leeches in the grav drive.
Suppose that would explain the brownout.
Miners pretty much.
Sorry? What do you mean there's no work?
Hitch a ride to this dusty red rock. We were told there were jobs.
Work in the deep mines. That's where you make the big bucks.
Hey. I know the Deimos employees here on Mars think I'm overbearing. This operation is being shut down countless times. Yes? What?
We have the tech to instantly jump across the universe. You'd think someone would have invented a way to keep rocks out of boots.
Excuse me?
Things can get pretty glum around here. If you ever need a little joy, go talk to that Renee kid. She's always trying to make people happy.
Always a pleasure to roam these locations with lower gravity.
Most visitors can't wait to get off this rock.
The old rate.
I hear you.
Subterranean particle detonation imminent.
I can't imagine being cramped down here. Dust. No trees, no grass.
Invoices can be collected from the... Oh.
Worked. Passed. A shame, too. Not the sort of work that I invested, no. But then I presume the mine, but it is...
That won't be but we would like...
Oh, I loathe the traders. I couldn't have put that better myself.
Perhaps a little advance on my... Visit the Sixth Circle.
Particle detonation concluded. It is now safe to resume normal activity. A friendly reminder that throwing litter off the balconies is prohibited. Please. Use an authorized waste receptacle.
Stay away from the Sixth Circle unless you're a minor.
Broken Spear's upstairs. Go drown yourself there. This bar's for Devil's vets and their kin. The hell are you from? The Red Devils? Best fighters since the Spartans? This is our bar, so folks like you can go drink at the Spear. The hell you just say to me? I gotta...
Andy, sit down. You. Don't appreciate some stray wandering into my bar, harassing my patrons. Even the ones I should have cut off 2 drinks ago. Now spit out what you want, or march.
Doc Walker? Well, you're barking up the wrong...
Hey, enough. And you, let's talk. Not every day a stray topsider wanders into my bar claiming they know people. What do you want with Dr. Walker? What? Someone give him the keys to a battle cruiser? Look, you can make up whatever crazy story you want, but you should forget about Percival. Stop! Even if I did know where he was, I'm not telling some stray... Huh. Maybe there is something you can do. Percival's got this debt put on him. You make that go away? Well... Red Devils with a... Couldn't get in if you hadn't done at least once. Made us tough. That's why they chose us as the handlers for the... Percival, though. He wasn't a grunt like all of us. But it was those monsters that did it. Red Devils included. Me? Monsters from the Armistice? Well... most straightforward way to take care of this debt would be to just saunter up to the authority and pay him direct. If you've got credits to throw. Of course, rumor is the Trade Authority keeps all their records and collections files. If someone was to break in there and adjust Percival's debt...
Making that adjustment.
And I look forward to hearing...
The Red Devils aren't exactly your average bar crowd. You can see it in their eyes. We don't belong here.
Heard you talking with Lou, so you're going to help Dr. Walker? Oh, no, I mean... Sure. Listen, I know how you can do it without having to resort to any... B&E. Aqueous hematite. Mars is full of it. People think it's just garbage, but Percival and I, we've been working on some projects in the... At least when he wasn't slaving away at his... But we stumbled on a way to make it useful. You give our research over to Octai at the Trade Authority, it should more than cover Percival's debt. That guy's always looking for... Oh, I'm Cambridge. I was Percival's assistant. Know his experiments ins... Well, yeah. We were never able to finish the research. Spacers moved in and ran us out. Started setting up shop.
Oh dear.
But if you can clear them out, I can walk you through how to finish the then you can give it over to the Trade Authority. They'll get folks working in the deep mines again. Jobs come back, I become... A bunch of parasites and cutthroats. They're folks from the fringes of space, willing to put down anyone who tries to move in. Strange this group would pick Mars as a new home. Sure, we're not downtown. My guess is the Authority tipped them off when they heard we were working down there. Biggest employer on Mars is fewer ships meant fewer minerals. That meant a lot. Great, great. So access to the deep, we'd set up right... Once you've managed that...
You bothering me for a reason?
How's it going? Can I help you? Yo, hey, I'm Manaki. Feel... Cool. Come back anytime.
Citizens are advised to take caution near the military outpost on the city's outskirts due to frequent live-fire exercises. It is also advised to use only approved ship landing pads, as the UC Marines are not responsible for hull damage caused by stray munitions.
Well then, what can I do you for? Hey, darling. You look like the type who doesn't mind getting their hands dirty. The Trackers Alliance can always use more bounty hunters to handle wanted fugitives. If that feels like your speed, talk to me, check out our posts on mission boards, or head to the new HQ in Aquila City.
I hate when people laugh at their own jokes. Like, you aren't funny. Stop it.
For sure.
Good. Here's the short of it. I'm only stationed here because I made a mistake. Killed the wrong bounty, and the right one got away. It's bugged me ever since. Now, I heard rumors that this no-good, dirty quarry's been lurking around Mars, but I ain't had the good fortune of him strolling on in here. I got a plan in place to find him, but I gotta... Alright, so, you're gonna want to take this here sensor and put it way up at the tippy top of the old Mars launchpad tower, where it's nice and unobstructed. You're gonna want to make sure you've got a boost pack to help get yourself up there, else it's gonna be a tough climb. It'll track down my Mark's chip signal. Clear out and come back to me as soon as you're done, so you...
The UC Exchange is a great place to buy your weapons. Make sure to keep them halted at all times.
In the event of unforeseen tremor. Destination 4, 3, 2, 1.
Little buggers will drain a ship dry if you leave them too long.
Get out now. It's too hot. You're not taking me out.
Come on! Come on!
Wonder where this will all lead. Bye for now. Temperature levels are bottoming out. mines. I hope we remember the way back to the surface. Valuable? I can't imagine having to live almost every waking moment underground.
Down!
finish off the research, you're gonna need to collect a sample of hematite to run through the thresher. Grab a laser cutter and head back to the chamber where you came in. Once you've got a sample, thresher's the big machine in the next room. Passcode to start it is Ares 2330. Take care of all that, and we'll have Percival's name cleared in no time.
Oh, for God. Clip some of that rubbish already.
Password accepted. Initiating analysis. Compound analysis complete. Adding to existing notation. Collating. Process complete. You may collect your documentation.
All set? Good. You can take the elevator in that room back to the surface. There should be a key stashed in the thresher room. The spacers didn't take off with it. I'll be waiting at the circle.
I got work to do. This cargo's not gonna haul itself.
Is there something I can help you with?
Luxury liner, Opulence of the Stars, has been
This
hijacked
life
in the
ain't-
Nirvana system by a group calling themselves the Terran Armada.
Side effects of gravity.
The following is a recording captured by our intrepid... Warning. What you are about to hear is graphic in nature. Humans
Got
of the
slate. Let me see. Reduced joint wear? Oh, increased lifting capacity. A dose of this stuff could make a miner way more efficient. This formula's gotta be worth at least as much as whatever Percival owes. Okay, so here's what you do. Tell Octai and the Trade Authority you found a business proposal that will make miners more efficient, higher yield, synergy, you know, all that business crap. And that you'll trade it to him for clearing Percival's debt. You good at doing pitches and stuff like that?
This recording, a search and rescue team was dispatched to the liner's last
Oh, this is gonna be great.
In addition,
Oh, and here. Oh, use that if you can.
to aid in the search for survivors. We'll have more on this breaking news story as additional... Information comes in.
Take your time, and ask me if you need anything. I'm here to help.
Was there something else? I'm never one to turn away an opportunity, but I'd be curious what you think you've uncovered in the Martian market that others have missed.
Aqueous hematite, iron and wastewater. Well, I'm not surprised no one has proposed something like this before.
And exactly what does this new drug of yours do? An interesting proposal, if your data pans out. But where's this hematite coming from? The active mines would be too expensive to retool. The deep mines could be an option, but they're full of spacers. Or so I've heard. Well now, that is intriguing. A completely untapped resource pool, and the sort of utility every mining firm in Sidonia would be clamoring to get their hands on. We could contract out all the actual lab work, bring on one of the hungrier mining concerns for materials, the licensing fees alone. And think what it would do for our image with the general populace. This mine, reopened, thanks to the Martian Trade Authority. Very interesting indeed. And what do you want for the rights to this drug?
Dr. Walker's dead? That's it? Consider it wiped.
Well, it seems we have a deal then. And here, a finder's fee from the Authority. A perfectly reasonable amount for a discovery with this sort of potential. Wouldn't want you feeling shortchanged down the road. We'll just be taking that slate before you have any second thoughts. It was a pleasure doing business with you.
A sober Sidonia is a safe Sidonia. While indulging in alcoholic beverages is not discouraged, operating heavy machinery while under the influence. Please always drink responsibly.
Yeah? Did you now? Fine work. My end of the bargain then, I suppose. He's holed up in the old Red Devil's HQ. Place was sealed up tight after the UC shuttered our unit, but we snuck him in the back entrance through the deep mines. Was also going to warn... Yeah, the passkey. And I'll let him know...
It is illegal to transport plant or animal life to Mars without going through official UC channels or our transporting partners. Adherence to this law is imperative.
Always nice to kick back at the Broken Spear after a long day.
got me out of the red with the Trade Authority. Can't say I don't appreciate it, but I doubt you came all this way just to do me a favor. Now you want to explain to me why you're going around harassing nefarious old men by wiping away their hard-earned debts? Adrian sent you. She's... Did she look okay? Sounds like Adrian. Watch that woman lose a digit trying to get a better tissue sample.
What? You can reattach a finger, Percy.
So what exactly did she have you bring me? Adrian said that, huh? If she made you come all the way for this... Let's get inside. I need to see these cells. Gonna ask you to not touch anything. Got some projects in the works down here. I wasn't expecting guests. Oh, and Lou mentioned how you took care of the debt. Can't say I'm thrilled the Trade Authority got their mitts on the research, but I guess that's the price you pay not to live in a cave the rest of your days. All queued up. Let's gaze into this abyss, shall we? All right, just get those cellular markers tagged. Wait, where are the markers? This can't be right. This sample, it's Londinian. I'll need to get this all in a slate. Adrian really gave you this sample. You're not lying to me? Because if you told me this was a hoax, and it'd be the best damn fake I've ever seen, I'd be mad and very, very relieved. Can't just humor an old man, huh? This sample, it's got all the indicators of the worst terramorph attack in human. I presume you've heard of Londinian. It was a city wiped. The swarms are so bad. Not a lot of samples made. I didn't detect any of the... I don't think it was transferred. Which means, if we're about to start a new era in human, that's not gonna end well for it.
It would be the end of us as a species.
So, you lugged this bad omen all the way here. You want to tell me what your plans are for it now? Music to my ears. Here, faster if we take the lift to the surface. Not supposed to use it, but given the circumstances, I'm inclined to just ask forgiveness. Let's get going.
Lucy was entertaining the notion of xeno-warfare angers.
Is that really her? Hadrian.
Percival. My God, look at you. You're an old man now.
You're no hassling yourself anymore, Major. Our friend here showed me your sample. Suffice it to say...
Not here. Let's talk somewhere more private. Lou said we could use the back.
It is illegal to transport...
Lou gave me the abridged version of what went down. I can't thank you enough for taking care of all that.
Makes two of us.
I hope it ultimately didn't end up being too much trouble.
Thank you for your cooperation.
That's certainly not what I was expecting you'd have to go through. But thank you. I'm just glad you both came through intact. So, were you two able to get that workup together?
Got it right here. That sample? It's an exact match for the ones from Londinian.
Londinian. That's exactly what I was afraid of.
Not thrilled to be the bearer of that kind of news. That's for damn sure. So tell me you've got some kind of plan for that workup.
Well, right now, we've got more questions than answers. So I've been trying to figure out what it's gonna take to access our old Terramorph data.
Good place to start. What'd you find?
It's in the archives.
The Armistice Archives? Doesn't that mean we'd be dealing with the Cabinet? And the Freestar Collective? And House Varun somehow? Guess we can kiss that approach goodbye.
I didn't think the Cabinet would be willing to hear us out either. But I called in some favors. They've agreed to hear us out on 2 conditions. 1, they want to see this analysis you two have procured. And 2, they want to discuss what happened on Tau Ceti. With both of us. Well, that's about the best news I've had all day. But before you commit, I want to make sure you know the whole story. Percival and I, we're not just researchers. We were military scientists, ran a division of the UC together that deployed aliens on the battlefield as weapons.
Place I was hiding out. That was our unit's home base.
After some early fits and starts at other facilities, the place eventually became the heart of UC xeno-warfare. A practice that's been banned ever since the armistice went into effect almost 20 years ago. And the UC military cut us loose for what we'd done. Oh, well, that means a lot. It's not something I'm exactly proud of. But it was during that assignment that the UC asked us to explore deploying terramorphs on the battlefield. The project never got off the ground, but the data our team gathered is now sitting in the archives, along with all the other information banned after the Colony War. Under the watchful eye of monitors from all the galactic factions still participating in regular politics. But if we can convince the Cabinet to help us access that data, it'll give us the tools we need to decipher what exactly this sample might mean. And hopefully, how to prevent more attacks like the one that spawned it. All right. I'm gonna go get this work up into the Cabinet's hands. I'll meet you out front of Mast in New Atlantis.
Good luck. You two are gonna need it.
Sol system doesn't get a lot of traffic.
Can occur beyond the city limits.
intend to enter any active sites.
Found a clutch of heat leeches.
How can I be of service, Captain?
Lifting off right away, or do you need a little bit of time?
Captain! Over here.
The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So, in the interest of full disclosure, my relationship with the UC, it's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first... I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War. They called him Ve Victus. Woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds, secure the leadership of the UC military. No. The man I was Freestar Collective, and the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC... So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I really... You know, while we've got a second, or if you've got any last-minute business, no telling how long the cabinet... Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Sounds like our cue. Here we go. Ah, Captain. Congratulations on joining the ranks of the Vanguard.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have two petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
That's quite the leap, Captain. Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask how many deaths the Cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this Terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
I'm uncomfortable opening the archives without gathering more information. However, if that's the path forward you prefer, then so be it.
I'm inclined to agree.
As am I.
I suppose that does get to the heart of the point, doesn't it? Very well. I consent. The galaxy was lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to... What was that?
Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident? Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
Damn it. They're here. Now.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
You! The EM rifle, grab it! Now!
Stop! We're trying to help you!
Stop! You're nuts.
Oh, that's it. Now hit him with everything you've got.
Damn it!
Stop. Do this!
Thank you.
The way those people were...
We tried to but some of the other officers...
Pheromonic project. Some terramorphs. It affects everyone. You kill the morph... Let's do it.
That's unlocked.
Evacuation order has been issued for the spaceport district. All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
You might back up! Don't just stand there!
Get out of my head!
You them? Our experts? We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before, huh? Well, I've got one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Heard you might be looking for some...
You two have any experience?
Only the brief they just...
Surviving a full...
We're not UC. Your call. We're on the line.
Target down. Nice work, Captain.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two. Universe put the right people in the right place. Certainly doesn't feel like it.
I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all-clear signal before exiting your home.
Terramorphs. Holy hell.
That's a relief to hear. Captain? Hadrian? It would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today, as well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the Cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed, first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative. We do. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us? I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
Those creatures still give me sense. They're not killing anymore. The loss of life, the damage to the spaceport, the costs of this attack are greater than I think we realize. You've got the cabinet.
The things we do here, the tech we develop, benefits all of humanity. It's quite the conundrum you two have uncovered. But we'll get to the bottom of it.
Hello.
Yes? Chief Yassine, these orders... A Vanguard captain. You... Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require. That must make you my Vanguard captain. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command. I heard you were instrumental in protecting the city from the attack. You have my gratitude. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terramorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
Huh. All right, we'll start at the beginning. When the Colony War ended, the UC and Freestar Collective came to the agreement some weapons needed to be off limits. Mechs, xenowarfare. So they gathered up all the relevant research materials and sealed that information away. Terramorph data included, in the archives here in the city. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun.
Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
Very funny. This is going to be hard enough already. Both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate. Though that doesn't mean we can't get...
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ah, the good Ambassador Ratcliffe. She's a veteran. Now, officially, use your experience, and who knows, but
Certainly. See, good...
You see intelligent,
but getting...
So, if you are...
Now, we recovered some... But there's also... Yes, many. If something goes wrong, we'll do our best to smooth...
Name's Cameron Long. He works closely with... And someone... All right.
And take these.
Ambassador Balmore. When the rest of House... He's though claiming to know... Well said. There's no... Of course. We're not 100% his public... Scans of the...
Your task is to find... I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front... Here. And fair warning.
Now, if you have additional... I'd suggest you start... Be smart out there, Captain. Howdy.
Keeping the skies safe out there?
This space is a memorial.
You are a visitor? You'll find the ambassador.
Maybe we should stop for a moment at the memorial. You know, to pay our respects. I'm going to be up front with you. I'm not happy visiting anything related to the Freestar Collective. But you lead, and I'll follow.
More than one? All that security, and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Excuse me. Are you supposed to be in here?
Guests can make themselves comfortable in the lobby.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment? Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants terramorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right. I was afraid of that. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours, and go? You're really gonna push this? All right, I will give... I'm listening.
I suppose you're right. Our job and our responsibility. Working on borrowed time, aren't we? I suppose you might be right. Easy to lose sight of the big picture sometimes. Well, Captain, you make some good points. But if I'm really granting you access, I'm gonna need the following concessions. Your access will be limited. You can only take out the items related to stopping these terramorphs. The monitors will make sure of it. You go in once, you get everything you need on your trip, and never again. And all research done with the data will be monitored. If this data is being used to save the galaxy needs to be involved in the oversight. Freestar scientists will watch your people like hawks. So, do we have an agreement? Excellent. Follow me. They tell me it should only take a moment. And there. It's not supposed to be a long process. It is for emergencies, after all.
Hard to believe it's been 2 decades since we were at war with the Collective, when it seems like only yesterday.
Exactly. It's like...
This isn't what I expected at all. It appears the flora they were using as decor has overgrown the entire embassy. Set aside anything useful and just leave the rest. Find anything useful on there?
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss. Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Tell me, though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack. Then the embassy was struck with a power surge, and then silence. As the rest of the Is that right? Now, it can... You were sent by the UC, and the broadcast spoke of a worrying occurrence. So the UC require... The preservation of lives that... But, if I am to grant... For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded December with lit... In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure House Varun's legacy is... The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Oh, you must assure me this will be used to save lives, not endanger them.
As the chair of Constellation,
Well then, please, follow.
Sidonia is an industrial town. The people there tend to be... concise.
Let's hope it still works. And... there. Let it be used for good. Will we all be so lucky next time the Ark... House Varun committed itself to the Ark? This was said at the time. So, when my the affairs of... It was told her, with my brethren... The Greats... When our founder, the Serpent...
Well, I suppose they're not going to need it anymore.
I'm told by top officials the cabinet already...
I asked my boss what they're doing to stop
Captain, you're back sooner than... wait. Did you actually succeed? With Radcliffe? And Balmore? We're all in agreement. So the old man was still lurking around in there. Fine work, Captain. And now, I've already arranged everything with the archival monitors. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to deploy the codes. Follow them to the letter. Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. The entrance is just on the other side of the plaza across from Mast. Absolute best behavior down there, all right?
Pardon?
Holy hell.
And after the UC Navy's defeat at the Battle of Cheyenne, by the North, our collective's ragtag fleet, both sides...
Welcome, Captain, to the Archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin. You may proceed, Captain.
Captain, can I help you?
Looking to polish those flying skills? Well, the goal remains the same. Defeat as many opponents as you can before your ship is disabled. Defeat 3 tiers of opponents to complete the exam. Good hunting.
New targets active.
targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 1 reached. Initiating Tier 2. New targets active. All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 2 reached. Initiating Tier 3. New targets active. All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 3 reached.
Well done. You've cleared a sufficient number of tiers to complete the exam. You may now exit the simulator, or stay and try your hand at the remaining enemy groups.
Shutting down.
Looking to polish those flying skills? Well, the goal remains the same. Defeat as many opponents as you can before your ship is disabled. Defeat 3 tiers of opponents to complete the exam. Good hunting.
New targets active.
targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 2 reached. Initiating Tier 3. New targets active. All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 3 reached.
Well done. You've cleared a sufficient number of tiers to complete the exam. You may now exit the simulator, or stay and try your hand at the remaining enemy groups.
New targets active. All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 4 reached. Initiating Tier 5. New targets active. All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 5 reached. Initiating final tier. Prepare yourself. New targets active. Shutting down.
polish those flying skills? Well, the goal remains the same. Defeat as many opponents as you can before your ship is disabled. Defeat 3 tiers of opponents to complete the exam. Good hunting.
New targets active. All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 1 reached. Initiating Tier 2. New targets active. All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 2 reached. Initiating Tier 3. New targets active. All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 3 reached.
Well done. You've cleared a sufficient number of tiers to complete the exam. You may now exit the simulator, or stay and try your hand at the remaining enemy groups.
Shutting down.
Looking to polish those flying skills? Well, the goal remains the same. Defeat as many opponents as you can before your ship is disabled. Defeat 3 tiers of opponents to complete the exam. Good hunting.
New targets active. All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 1 reached. Initiating Tier 2.
the simulator, or stay and try your hand at the remaining enemy groups.
Shutting down.
There you are.
Captain, Deputy told me what went down. Impressive work.
Captain, if you'd be willing to transfer the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing what comes next.
Time for us to start getting some real answers, and figure out if we've been asking the right questions. So whenever you're ready. Yes. It will be. Percival and I have done our damage. This is us starting to put some things right. Acknowledged and accepted, Captain. So with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed the natural spot. Already has the equipment, the safety measures. Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss with you first.
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizenship.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Captain, if you'll follow me.
Okay. Hello.
All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of the United Colonies? Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so I'll give you the short version. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place among the United Colonies. Through service, bravery, strength, and upholding of the mutual good. Will you carry and cultivate these values for as long as you remain a citizen? Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colonies as a full citizen. Here, your official ID and your citizenship dispensation. We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property. Now, the other item we needed to discuss. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a sensitive position. Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think this person has information that could prove useful in dealing with the Terramorphs. And they've stated they'll only share it with you. They asked for you by name. So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. You can tell no one. Can you agree to these terms? Let's hope it never comes to that. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're cleared for access by the time you get there.
Private sector. Now that's where the real money's at.
Almost my entire life, and I had no idea this place even existed. The UC certainly excels at keeping secrets. I'll be fine. You go on ahead. Wonder where this will all lead. No, it's fine. Exploration is... That being said, before I graduated from school, we called ourselves Ironic Comet. And before you ask, no. The band never really went anywhere. Certainly. Bye.
Welcome, Captain. Please, come down and approach the intercom. You and I should chat. President Abeyo was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series of accomplishments you've managed. But now you face a foe unlike any other. An invisible enemy, lurking in the shadows. You're going to need all the help you can get. Which is why I hoped we could speak. Do you know who I am? receptive. I like that. I'm Francois Sanon, but most know me as Vivictus. I was an admiral during the Colony War. One of its great villains, if you believe the slates. I was to be executed for my crimes, but the previous regime deemed me too valuable to simply discard. So they put me here, a sacrifice on the altar of peace. Even my death served the colonies. Very astute. That's my daughter. My progeny. You've been working alongside. Has she shared with you the nature of our little family? Did she? So willing to trust Hadrian. I never did succeed in driving that out of her. Our relationship has always been a challenging one. The Major was born to become a great leader, carry on the legacy I established, and was given all the finest training to support it. And she excelled. But the universe cut all that short. Now, though, it's placed even more crucial work in front of the two of you. And I think I have a part to play in helping you accomplish what you've set out to do. After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the UC has been permitting me to work alongside one of their recovery teams, helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and organize scenarios to lure in some of the criminals that evaded justice after the Colony War. With quite a few successes, I might add. But in the process, I managed to find something else. The names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable manpower for the effort you're about to embark on. I'll tell you where they are, but in exchange, I need something dealt with. One task. That's all I require. There is a former colleague of mine, a man by the name of Dr. Reginald Orlaise. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the United Colony's more problematic lines of research. Mech weapons were his specialty. If it dealt death, he could make a deal more. When the Colony War ended, he fled, refusing to face tribunal, and has continued to peddle his skills to the highest bidder to this day. But I finally found him. I want you to track him down and deal with him, however you're able. I'm not expecting he'll come quietly. Bring me evidence that the job's done, and I'll tell you what I know. You can certainly try, but the man's been out there 20 years. He's likely gone feral by now. Easier for all if you simply blow up his ship and be done with it. If that's what you require to sleep at night, so be it. According to my information, he's been hiding around the world of Etheria, Wolf System. There's a star station in the vicinity, the Den. The head of the local vanguard, one Captain Marquez, should be able to help you find our man.
Identity verified. You may proceed to the exit.
Been a long time since I've... So long. Sidonia is... All right, let's go.
Greetings, citizen. Welcome to the UC.